Most people tell you 60 to 70% of your portfolio should go into a foundational investment like the S&P 500 or a flexi cap mutual fund. This may not be correct because I look at it differently, and I'll tell you exactly how I structure my own portfolio instead. Hello fellow Arbab, it's time to boss your money. My name is Kenneth and I've been working in audit and finance for almost 2 decades now, and all I ask from you is to like the video and subscribe to the channel and comment if you disagree or agree with my thought process. Assuming you're done with the basics of setting up an emergency fund and paying off all your high interest debt, the next step is naturally investing some of your own income so it can work for you, turning your money into more money while you sleep. But the question then becomes, where do I invest rather than should I invest? People tend to be emotional investors, biased towards where their heart belongs and based on historical returns, specifically the recent history. We all know that the US has been on an insanely brilliant run over the past couple of decades, and that makes us forget about their lost decades. So what is to prevent another lost decade from happening? The Indian market has been one of the fastest growing emerging markets, but again, what guarantee is there that the growth will continue at the same pace till you and I retire? Now, this is my thought process, right? And I don't know if you'll agree with me or not in the comments, but I see my investing done in two parts: a boring foundation and a high risk, high rewards part. Let's go through them one by one. In last week's video, I showed you how much money you need invested to retire peacefully. One of the numbers we got in that example was $2.4 million. Now, if that amount sounds scary and if you haven't watched that previous video, I'll leave it linked for you to watch after this video. But anyway, if my number is 2.4 million, my primary goal becomes, how do I get to that 2.4 million by retirement age in the safest way possible? So I have 3 options for you, but I personally use a third option for my own portfolio. Option 1 is Sarva. The easiest method if you don't have much time, you don't want complexity to investing and prefer set it and forget it type of situation, you choose Sarva. Option 2 is you prefer an international broker, you don't mind the slightly more complex process, but something that allows you to start simple but change and grow your investments and your methodology as you learn more, earn more and invest more. I'd go with the Vanguard FTSE All World UCITS USD Accumulating ETF or ticker symbol VWRA on IBKR. And as the name suggests, you are buying one bucket that contains over 3,500 companies in a single ETF. Doesn't matter if US and India slow down for a bit, doesn't matter if Europe and China suddenly explode, you are investing in all of it. But hang on, VWRA currently has 57% in US equities and India equities is about 1.3%. And that's where option 3 comes in. And after that, we'll get to how much we'll be investing. Option 3, and we are still on IBKR, but this time we invest in 3 ETFs instead of only VWRA. CSPX for S&P 500 US equities, EXUS for developed market equities, and this includes Europe, Japan, and so on. EIMI for emerging market equities. This includes stocks from India, China, Brazil, and so on. Why I do this is simple. Maybe I believe I need more than 57% in US equities and less than 1.3% in India. Then I'd invest more in CSPX and less in EIMI. Or maybe I believe I need less than 57% exposure to US and more than 1.3% in India. Then I'd invest more in EIMI and less in CSPX. That's the idea. It gives you more control. I already have dedicated videos on CSPX and EXUS. I'll link them below. And EIMI is coming soon as well, so subscribe for that. But the point is, any of these 3 options are fine to get you to your retirement amount. Pick the one that you like. If you invest $1,700 a month at 8% for 30 years, you will get to that 2.4 million in this example. Just to remind you, this 2.4 million is an example amount from last week's video. Your number could be 6 million or it could be just 500,000. To learn your specific number, you will have to watch that video. If you want to be more conservative, you can say, no, Kenneth, what if we don't get 8% for some reason over the next few years? I want to invest 1,850 or 2,000 per month in this bucket just to lock in my primary goal of that 2.4 million. That's fine. That's your call. Because as you know, all investments are subject to market risk and past performance is not an indication of future results. And obviously, you should do your own research before investing because this is not financial advice. So, yes, if you want to be more conservative, that's all fine. But the bottom line, this is your foundational framework. If you have to invest 1500 per month, then you need to find a way to invest 200 bucks more into just this foundational investing bucket. So that's more than 100% into just this bucket. But say, for example, you have a ridiculous 10K a month to invest, right? Then you need only 17% of it going into this foundational bucket. That's why I don't like the generic 60 to 70% people advice. Makes sense, right? Now for part 2 of the equation. Now, if you're investing just enough to build your foundation, ignore part 2. It's not for you, seriously. But if you've got surplus, any amount, even if it's $100 surplus, or like I said, $8,000-9,000 surplus, then part 2 might be for you. If you're hitting that foundational goals, this is where you hunt for alpha. Let's say you have $2,500 a month to invest for this example. You would put 1,700 of that towards part 1, the foundation, and you have 800 left for this satellite investment bucket. Now you can use this to invest elsewhere for that alpha. Investments that could be considered high risk, high reward for potential above market returns. This means these are riskier investments that have a greater potential to lose you money, but also have a greater potential to make more than the generic returns from Sarva or VWRA or the combo of 3 ETFs. This could be investing in ETFs like XNAS, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, or SMH, which tracks the semiconductor stocks, or even get more risky and go with something like JEDI, which tracks space economy stocks, or QNTM, which tracks quantum computing stocks. If all of this is going right over your head, don't worry, I'll make videos on each of them in future videos. Of course, you also have the choice to invest in individual stocks instead of these ETFs as well. But just know that these are high risk, high reward stocks, as I said, which could be very risky, could lose you money, but there is also a chance that you could make a lot of money from these investments. Now, you could also say, I'll invest separately in INR in Indian mutual funds, or maybe buy some UAE stocks for tax-free dividend income, and so on. The options are endless, but set up your foundation strong enough to support the earthquakes in this satellite bucket. If you remember my SpaceX video, I think I recorded that video when the stock was at $192 per share. And I said I was staying away from it, and literally the day after that, it climbed from $192 to $225 per share. That was on 16th June. That means there are regular people like you and me who bought at $225 per share of SpaceX on 16th June, and 1 month later, as I record this video on 17th July, the stock is sitting at $124 a share. That's a 45% loss in just 1 month. If you didn't have your foundation strong and had invested all of your investments into SpaceX, you just lost 45% of your entire portfolio in 1 single month. Watch one of these 2 videos next. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know if you agree. Yalla Arbab, now go boss your money.